You guys have been here at Leap for either 1 year, 2 years. It's the end of this year. So I'd like you guys to talk about and maybe share your experiences of love and forgiveness. What have you learned here? You know, how has it impacted on your life, and what are you doing to spread love and forgiveness in your communities, in your family, and in the school?
And God. But you already did.
Okay. When
Oh,
I'll help a little bit more. The code of conduct says we need to be kind. How do we live that out in our community?
sure.
well,
There's a kind of difference in being kind between the community and the school. Even though we call our school a community, then there's a huge difference between being kind in a community and being kind in school. Yeah, like for example, when I started here, I'm gonna share about myself. Okay, the kind of person I am is I quickly make friends with everyone because I'm talkative. But then what I've realized is that being kind sometimes let people take advantage of you, because you find that you're kind and you don't realize that you're being over kind. You know what I'm saying. Then other people take advantage of that because they know that, okay, you're going to do this, okay, even if they do this to you, you won't mind, you see. So that's why I'm saying that there's a bit of a difference between being kind in school and in the community.
So it's the kind you're describing, the kindness that's in the community.
Yeah.
So how's the kindness that you've learned here different?
Like, from my experience in the grade that I am in now, the kindness that I've experienced is that everyone is like pushing everyone, like they are like there for each other. Well, we are there for each other, especially now that we were writing exams. Like everyone was there. You had brothers, you had sisters. They were like forced, like not necessarily forcing you, but then they were like showing you that, okay, you have to do this, you have to do this, like pushing and encouraging you, which is the kindness that I've experienced and the kind of kindness that is positive, you see. Yeah.
Now when you say pushing, what do you mean?
Like encouraging you, even if like there are those days when you say that, okay, you see, I'm tired, I don't want to study, or I'm going to study at home, and then you'll find people who are saying, I know you will study at home because you're going to do this and this and this, you're going to sleep and all that, and then you have to study now, and then eventually I just changed my mind and it's like, okay, since it's a lot of people at home, it's just going to be me, so why not?
or like I'm gonna talk from what you just said now. Like here at school, it's kind of like different from what we experience in the township, and I'm one of those people who always like push people. Okay, let's do this, let's do that. Like when there are people in school that sometimes they feel so tired to study, and I'll be like so enthusiastic, but please guys, let's study. You're gonna do this tomorrow. You're gonna do this the next coming days, and I always want everything like to be on point, and I'm a person who's always bubbly. Like I'm bubbly, I'm talkative, and sometimes I feel like when I speak with people, I kind of like overcome their voices, and sometimes I feel like I'm not giving them the space or the love that they want, but I'm expecting them like to give me the love that I want. So sometimes I decide to keep quiet, and then people start like talking, why are you not doing this? Because they know me as this person who's talkative and always pushing people, kind of like striving for excellence, I can say, like, want everything to be on point, and like what I can say is I give people love, ne? And sometimes I feel like when I give them love, I'm kind of like overdoing it, and some people kind of like take advantage from what I'm giving them, and they don't use it in a way that I'm expecting them to use it, and the way that it's supposed to be used. So sometimes I just feel like, okay, this is my stop. I'm not gonna do this. And if you want my life, you have to have steps that you are of how are you going to use the love that I'm giving to you, and how are you going to take our relationship to the next level. Like as students of Flip Science and Med School, how are we going to do things, and how are we going to move forward from where I've just stopped.
Now, both of you have spoken about people taking advantage of the fact that you care. How do you make sense of that? What are you doing about that?
Can I answer that? I think because most of us come from communities where there is no thing such as kindness. Like, we know how black communities are. We would never find a person standing next to the road about to give you a packet of chips. So sometimes we tend to abuse what we're not used to. Like, some students are not used to being kind to other students. So when they see that a student is being kind, they tend to abuse it. And so one thing about the LIB community is that we stand with no judgment, and that's part of our code of conduct. So with that, we apply the code of conduct, and we're not perfect at it, but we work at it because we believe that as a person you'll never be perfect. So with that, with people abusing other people's kindness, we teach them how not to abuse the kindness, and as peers we help each other out. Yeah.
For me, the reason why the kindness that I experience here at school is different from the kindness that I experience in the community is because here at school we know one another and we understand one another. So in the community it's different because, yes, I do know my neighbor, but I know him or her to a certain extent. So the kindness that people expect in the community is like being nice and like not telling you the truth and stuff. It's like always you have to be nice and do great things and stuff. But here at school, showing kindness to a person is being able to go up to a person and tell them that what you're doing is wrong, and you need to stop it because it could have consequences later in your life. So for me, that's the kindness that I've experienced here at school. People coming up to me and telling me and helping me so that I can grow as a person.
Also adding on what has been said is that we've learned a lot as you go on with being part of LEAP. You learn certain things, and you also learn about forgiveness. And forgiveness is not like what only you apply at school, because people here at school are the ones that only understand you, but also in handling situations outside the school. So we have also those tools, and we are given those tools on how to deal with certain situations and how not to hold on to something that somebody has done to you, since it's going to impact you in some kind of a way. So looking at also the love implemented within our school and us giving love to other people. I think here at school we are so united in a way that we are able to express our feelings, and we do everything that we do in a place of caring and in a place where we want to build something very, very valuable and very crucial in your life when you're out of school. So that's like we learn the fundamentals of life and how to implement life outside of school, and even if you're not